Scairt Radio.
Now, as the more perceptive this is
Increasingly, politicians are seen simply as managers of public life. But now, they have discovered a new role that restores their power and authority. Instead of delivering dreams, politicians now promise to protect us from nightmares. They say that they will rescue us from dreadful dangers that we cannot see and do not understand. And the greatest danger of all is international terrorism, a powerful and sinister network with sleeper cells in countries across the world. A threat that needs to be fought by a war on terror. But much of this threat is a fantasy which has been exaggerated and distorted by politicians. It's a dark illusion that has spread unquestioned through governments around the world, the security services and the international media. hello.
Hello, Sean here with Scairt Radio from dark, cold and wet Ireland, broadcast by Profane Existence and now also on iTunes. Some other new podcasts should be on Profane Existence soon, as well as older Profane Existence radio shows from the 90s. That was Amoebics with the re-recording of Winter with the new lineup of Roy drumming. Original is still available from Alternative Tentacles. This week there's more from the Irish Punk Hardcore Archive, and I'll be talking to Christina from Agrimonia. First though, this is Ace Felix with the former and current members of Defiance, The Presser, Dead Charge and Poison Idea. They have a new EP out now on Prank Records. I heard of Agrimonia about a month ago for the first time. Ever since I've been playing their album non-stop. It's very dark and atmospheric. I talked to Christina from Agrimonia earlier. First of all, thanks for giving me the time to chat to you. And what's the music scene like in Sweden these days?
What's happening here?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's the same as the rest of Europe, I guess, with the recession and everything. It's a bit depressing, like with all the lots of people losing their jobs and stuff. But yeah, I guess it's starting to be a bit better. Like here in Gothenburg, we have like both a Volvo and then like Saab is the other car companies not so far away from here too. So lots of people are like lost their jobs and stuff. But I guess it's about to turn, I think.
Hopefully, you know.
It's one of the big news, I guess, all the time around here.
And what's the story then with the whole squatting scene there? Is that, you know, what was going on with K-Town and all that? Is that festival now? It's Shit-Town, is it?
Yeah, I mean, it used to be K-Town Fest when they had the Ungdomshuset, their big squat there.
And that's completely gone now. Is there any more of those? Have they organised anything else?
Yeah, they have a new one now. Actually, since maybe a year or more, maybe a little bit more, they have a new house.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so it's a really cool house, really big house, and yeah, they have shows again and all the political activities that they used to have in the old house. But they had to fight to get it.
Well, seeing bits just on the internet and that about it, you know what I mean? They're kind of very much forcefully removed.
Yeah, there were big like fights for it, and people were like barricading themselves in the house, and the police, I think they like came in through the roof and just went through and and yeah,
Wow.
lots of people had to go to jail for it.
Oh, that sounds very tough. And do you think they're a bit more tougher now with regard to squatting there, is it? Or
The Danish police is really tough, or tough, I don't know.
just heavy-handed?
Yeah, I think there's like lots of people also in the like community around, just regular people living around the area where the squat was. They were on their side too. So I mean, on the punk people's.
On their side of things, yeah.
Yeah. So I totally lost my thread.
Well, at least things are kind of back together, and at least they're doing it again and that, you know. But
Yeah, and I think they're always been like good people, like organized people in Denmark. They have a big history of the squatting scene there, so
true, yeah.
I think they know what they're doing. Here in Sweden, we had a little bit of a squatting scene recently. I mean, Sweden is known for being like really bad at squatting, or really hard to squat here.
Uh-huh.
But now, recently, there's been lots of squattings around Sweden, like in Gothenburg and Stockholm and Malmö. And they've been like holding the house for maybe a few weeks, but then being kicked out, but then a bit later taking a new house. And so there's been some news here too about that.
Oh, that's good.
It's nice to see that it's trying to put the focus like on the living situations or whatever. It's really hard to get flats here.
But there seems to be a lot happening in Sweden in general, like, isn't there? Music-wise as well, there seems to be so many bands and everything.
Yeah, it's always been lots of good bands, I think, coming from Sweden.
Is it like a mixture of the same people in different bands, or?
Yeah, I think it's lots of people have like more than one band here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the history of your own band?
Well, we started. I think it was early 2005. We some of us, like 3 of the people in the band, me and Pontus and Per, got together and said that we wanted to start a band together and play something heavy. That was the plan, and so we started with. We didn't really have a bass player. We had like different people try out or whatever, and we had a different drummer back then.
Right.
And so around, I think 2006, Magnus, he was the bass player then. He joined them on bass, and he's now in the band. But he and Per, one of the guitar players, switched instruments, so now he plays the guitar and Per plays the bass, and our drummer joined in 2007, Björn.
Oh.
So yeah, and I guess it started out like sounding maybe a little bit different than now, but then over the years it has evolved into what it is now. So.
Oh, there's great. So, like, it's very atmospheric. I think, you know, when you're listening to it, there's great different kind of mood changes in it. Is it hard to write kind of lyrics around that? Is it, or?
I think it's. I mean, it takes a while to write them, but I think the mood or the atmosphere of the music puts me in the right mood to write the lyrics. I mean, it's I like to listen to the songs, and then I really get inspired from the music to write the lyrics. For me, it's important that the lyrics are kind of like poetic and flowing with the music.
Yeah.
And I try to write maybe not so obvious like lyrics. I want them to be about important stuff, but maybe at the first glance or when you read them, you can't really tell what they're about. But it's always, I think it's nice if people can put their own interpretation into them. But yeah, there is like a theme or whatever. Every song is about something important, like something like personal or political, whatever that's happening in everyday life.
Yeah, rather than having to write about a particular thing each time, like it's just whatever comes out sort of thing, is it? Or?
Yeah, it's. I mean, I can have like a topic for the song, and then, but it's not so. It's more subtle, like the message.
Yeah.
I guess. And it's more important that it's flowing with the music and that it's a bit like poetic, like I said.
I get you.
Yeah.
How did the tour in March go in Europe?
Oh, it went really well. It was like we were really surprised that it worked so well, and lots of people showed up for the shows, and the response was really good. And it's really fun. Like after shows, people come up and say what they think about it, and yeah, it's really good. And we had a really good time and didn't fight or anything.
That's amazing. What were the best venues or places you played at?
I think that all places had their own like good things. I mean, there were some like amazing houses that we played at, like in Aalborg in Denmark, for example. There's a house called Tusenfryd,
Right.
and it's really cool. Like the setup, like there's a gig space and a bar, and then upstairs is like sleeping places. Always like new fresh sheets like laid out for you, so you can just go to bed when you're tired. And it's yeah. So there were some houses like that around. Like we played at a place called Kappel in Austria, in Linz.
Right.
It was kind of the same setup, really cool house, and also the new venue in Copenhagen, the new spot there. It's also really cool, and then I mean we played at Köpi, which is always nice in Berlin. Like it's big and lots of people come.
Excellent.
And you know, some places were cool because you know there were so many people there, like the Alte Meierei in Kiel in Germany also had lots of people, and in Stuttgart, you know, we played in Prague. I mean, we played with some big bands, so that's the reason why there were like lots of people sometimes.
Well, what bands were you playing with, or?
I mean, we played with Wolf Brigade, 2 shows.
How did you find like Wolf Brigade being kind of very fast stuff? How did you'd be I suppose slower in parts?
Yeah.
Was it very different, or?
Well, I personally like to mix when I go to shows to have different styles.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, it's easier than to just listen to the same, like three bands that play the same style like for the whole evening. So
True, yeah.
And they're friends of ours too, so it was just fun to hang out.
What's planned gig-wise for the next while?
We have a show in London coming up in December.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, at the I think it's like the Scum. Yeah, it's called Back to Black. I think it's the winter version of the Scumfest.
Oh, right.
So we play with Deviated Instinct, for example.
Ah, excellent.
Yeah, I love them. So yeah, and then we have a show, and also in May, which is far away, but at the Alert Antifascista Festival in Germany, in Hanover.
Brilliant.
So
would you all living in different places? Is it kind of hard to get together for practice and that, is it? Or?
Yeah, I mean, most of the band lives here in Gothenburg, but then one member, Pontus, he's the one that writes the music. He lives in Norway right now, in Bergen, which is quite far away from here. So
yeah.
it's we don't have like practices regular. No, I can't say that word. Regularly.
Yeah. So whenever you can, kind of thing.
Yeah, like if we have a show coming up or a tour or whatever, he comes down and we practice before like a week or something, and then we that's a little bit sad, or not sad, but boring or whatever, that you can't practice. You can't practice regularly. And
what's the story recording wise in the next while, or?
Yeah, we are gonna record at the end of this year.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, so Pontus is up there in Norway writing new songs. So, and then he sends it to us on email, and then he comes here and we practice it, and I write the lyrics. So yeah, we're gonna record at the end of the year or in December, and I think we're planning to do a double LP this time.
Excellent, that's great.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. It's nice to have new songs because we've played the old songs since 2005, so it's
nice for a change.
Yeah, it's nice to have new material.
Oh, that's brilliant. Look, thanks again for the interview. And
thank you very much for taking the time to do it. It was really appreciate it.
was the epic Agramonia with the song Decay. Now, Christine mentioned Deviated Instinct and Wolf Brigade earlier, so it's a perfect excuse to play them. This is Deviated Instinct from the Terminal Filth Stenchcore demo. It was very hard to pick just one song to play from this. Every song on it's a classic. Like friends who practically worshipped Deviated Instinct at one point, so this demo really captures the time dark, nihilistic Terminal Filth. Mastermind. That was Mastermind with their split with Shades of Grey. No for an old song anymore, released by Skull in 1994. This is Dread Messiah. Seen it already, you should check out the Stokey Punks documentary done by Simon Trolley, probably on YouTube. Some great footage of Dread Messiah and Kaidaslan. Here's some new releases. This is Afterbirth from Scotland. The singer used to sing in Sawn On. Podcast is now broadcast every Tuesday at midnight by and thanks to 98 FM radio, pirate radio in Athens, Greece. This is the Greek band Hellstorm with the song Human Plague, recording for a split release with Last Legion Live from Belgium at the moment, and looking for latest to release it.
Hello. We're the ones who control your lives. We make the decisions that affect all of you. Isn't it interesting to know that those who run your lives would have the nerve to tell you about it in this manner? Suffer, you fools. We know everything you do, and we know where you go. What do you think the cameras are for? And the global positioning satellites? And the social security numbers? You belong to us. And it can't be changed. Sign your petitions, walk your picket lines, bring your lawsuits, cast your votes, and write those stupid letters to whomever you please. You won't change a thing. Because we control your lives. We have plans for you. Go back to sleep.
demo. Now on to another new demo, That the Noise with Turmoil of Love.
A military base. We won the race of discovery. We shall continue to use it until we completely destroy.
No more from the Irish punk hardcore archive blog. Again, all songs in the archive were approved to be there by the bands. First up is Bastard Dude with the Split with Knives that was with an issue of Direct Hit Scene. Members of Bastard Dude went on to be in loads more DIY punk bands.
I was 7 when I smoked my first joint. I'm now 32, I'm in 6th class, and my arse is fat.
listen, boys. tea and let's slow everything down a notch for a change. Again, send in your feedback, request to protestscene@yahoo.com or the Profane Existence site. Again, thanks for listening.
Brothers and sisters of Asia, Africa, Oceania, Europe, and America, welcome to the mountains of the Mexican Southeast. Let us introduce ourselves. We are the Zapatista National Liberation Army. For 10 years, we lived in these mountains, preparing to fight a war. In these mountains, we built an army. Below, in the cities and plantations, we did not exist. Our lives were worth less than those of machines or animals. We were like stones, like weeds in the road. We were silenced. We were faceless. We were nameless. We had no future. We did not exist.
There's a time when the operation of the machine becomes so odious, makes you so sick at heart that you can't take part. You can't even passively take part. And you've got to put your bodies upon the gears and upon the wheels, upon the levers, upon all the apparatus, and you've got to make it stop. And you've got to indicate to the people who run it, to the people who own it, that unless you're free, the machine will be prevented from working at all.
When they say that time heals all wounds, they don't say what they are thinking when in Rome when they say that time heals old wounds, they don't say what they are thinking when in Rome they don't say words. They are thinking not allowed, you can't see the dead as they're arriving. Many more in the back are under flags and hiding. Makes you wonder what they're hiding. We are clawing while we're falling from your eyes off the screen. You trust as truth providing, out of sight, out of mind, dumbing down a nation deciding what is truth, wanting proof, a swimming head full of lies. Who's to say what is right, creating your own demise when we're not allowed, 'cause we can't ask. Questions are treated as threats against who you resist, you refuse. We live on long after we're dead. From the ground up, it's around us. When we're not allowed, 'cause we can't ask. Questions are treated as threats against who you resist, you refuse. We live on long after we're dead. What are you scared to lose? This could be a safe place to roam. This could be a safe place to roam.
still waters in me, drown the figures in the fire. A lesser risen God behind the walls of time, bleeding an ocean that rises to the sky. Will time forgive me, or will I walk in shadows? I reach to touch the world through rose-colored flesh entwined in whispering spirits that never knew to